March Dance is back after 2 years. We had a long break and you all know why. And now finally, artists are back live on the stage at the Max Müller-Baumann. We have been looking at films and dance for the first time. So there will be very famous films about the beginning of dance and film, but there will also be contemporary films on dancers and contemporary dance. So that's a very specific and very interesting question. How does the moving picture and the moving body actually work together? So that will be interesting to check out. That's the first weekend of March Dance happening this year. And this year it was also important to us to give newcomers a chance after this very difficult time. So we decided to offer grants, which means that you will actually see premieres of works that were developed for March Dance 2022.
March is here. I think for a while now, March has meant March Dance. It's special to Chennai because you don't normally come across a space where different kinds of art can meet and dialogue. It's normally driven by one particular agenda or one particular focus. And why March Dance is special to me is because, this is a multifocal kind of a perspective, and there are various kinds of expressions that become very validated in this space. Whether you're a visual artist, a dancer, musician, writer, there is a space where these things merge. There is a space where they can sort of be owned and speak very strongly from there. So March Dance for me is this wonderful space. And it's been 2 years, 3 years now that we don't have a get-together or any kind of a live interaction. And being live somewhere is important because you can dance your guts out or you can sing your guts out. But besides the dancing and the singing, there's something else that's being transferred, and that something else is also in the kind of air, the quality of light, the sounds you and I are hearing together. And all this is important. It's not possible to do it digitally, and the digital format is limiting and enabling in different ways. But I think it's very, very necessary for the live space to be nourished, to be awoken once again. So I think I'm very excited.
Generally, when there is a break, we rejuvenate, and so March Dance this year is going to have a new form. As we have always been interested in the process of creation, in the process of art making, we came to realize that the pandemic has brought a halt to it, and we wanted that process to continue and to evolve. And so we thought this year we should definitely support this process, and so we have 4 artists who are going to premiere new works this year in March Dance.
Yeah, why Chennai? Um, for me, the most important reason why Chennai is that I myself stay in Chennai and work in Chennai as an artist, and that there is some kind of a concentration of festivals in the north, in Delhi, in Calcutta, in Bombay. Whereas in Chennai, the development of contemporary dance has a very different pace, a very unique pace, and that also I feel needs some kind of a representation, which I feel that happens in March dance. It has happened earlier and this year also. I don't want to say in detail why it is unique. I think this is something for people to come and see, and especially to say something about the dance community here. So it's not only about the audience to come and see, but also the artists who are coming and taking part, or coming as audience but they are artists themselves by profession, how they are looking at it. So these are the points of interest for me, one can say.
I mean, yeah, there are just so many platforms to engage with what's being made in this country, and I think this is one of them. Having it through films made by artists living here, and to just have practitioners come in and discuss and not just see and go away. That's, I think, one of the elements of the festival itself that's quite interesting. About the performances, I think this year's March Dance, what's interesting is the ability, what we've managed to do is to create this grant facility, which came, I mean, at the right time, because a lot of artists' projects were being stalled, and it came, I think, at a moment where people needed some energy to pick up their work again.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the most personally encouraging things that's happening through this year's March Dance.
You have been working with other medium, no, as a dancer, so you want to say something about the interdisciplinariness of this year's festival?
Yeah, I think the choice to show both film and live shows itself was something that we haven't tried in March Dance before, and perhaps with the increasing use of film and media and transdisciplinary work in general in performance,
Also theatre.
music, and where do all these forms meet, and how can one develop a performance and then have that at a platform that doesn't put down very clear rules of what a performance should look like. So I think going into those slightly experimental areas is something that particularly the contemporary art community in Chennai has been looking at over many years, and particularly Basement 21. And so this is one way to include a larger sense of an artistic community, practitioners,